All right, so in the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundred Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Bandolin, a couple days' travel southeast of the city. Gundred was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandalin. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So you guys are on a wagon. You were previously, and let's have a nice, wonderful map. So everyone's over here like, what the fuck? I don't even know where the hell I am. So first, it's gonna take a second.
Hezzy, thank you so much for the 18-month sub.
Here, my gents. So the box, so it can bring you in, zoom into this area that the box indicates, and then obviously I'll get rid of it so it's not as obnoxious. So this city right here, if you can, once you let me know, you find it, Neverwinter. It's one of the further northern coastal cities. You guys started your quest from this city, and yes, go ahead. You guys have been on the road on the wagon, and you're probably share another map. Go ahead and ask that, Lime.
So we're right by Gontengrim?
Not that. No, you are. Let me pull up another map here. A little further south than that, on the coast, where you find the city of Neverwinter.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see it. Right by Helmhold.
Yes. In fact, look, I have.
What the hell?
Another map that's a little more appropriate, so you can get rid of the other one. So
I can't see the.
Go ahead and,
yeah.
So Sword Coast is just a question mark for me.
You can't.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, it was just
That means your module is not either it's taking its time or it's not loaded.
I remember the first time that you had sent me a map, it took it a second to load.
Okay, so then I'll send it again. Give me a second.
Yeah, they're all loaded up, I think.
Here we go. Players map. This is the one I need to share you.
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so here we are.
Yep.
You see the city of Neverwinter. We are about right here.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, it says you just turned off, so holy crap, it's going to have a seizure. we're probably right here. You just turned off of the high road on what is known as the Tribor Trail. Okay, that is where we are. Is anybody who is operating the wagon, if you will, who has the reins? This wagon is pulled by a single ox, and it is, I would say, not quite full carriage size. It's kind of a mix between a wagon being pulled by a ox and a carriage. It's a little bigger. It's just a nice wagon.
Okay, here's the question: who's the strongest?
We don't know yet. Do we know each other?
Yeah. Well, you would have briefly met back at a tavern in Neverwinter, but it was very vague and it was a impulsive. If you, that's
my character was probably barely even sober.
So there you go. You're just like, money, adventure, sure, whatever. I'm gonna get paid for it.
I'll be the wagon master.
Okay, yeah, no, like this is the time to kind of discern that. So yeah, how did you guys know each other? or did you guys come together? We don't have to necessarily fully role play that encounter, but we just to a small degree to kind of understand how we came together. As you guys are now all
Because
on
I'm a
cart
warlock, I'm a
together,
bit more
being
intelligent than
pulled by an
strong.
ox, going south from
Y-
Neverwinter,
you-
which is a
you know
pretty nice
Amber.
settlement, it's rather big, to
Yeah.
out into the rough and tumble of just the wild. And this is the savage frontier is what the Sword Coast is known as. There is many of towns and sprawling settlements and few cities because everything in between is not necessarily extremely dangerous, but there's a lot of wildlife and more than just that out in between.
If you remember what I told you last week on my backstory.
Yeah, we started briefly talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
So for that,
Mhm.
you probably would have found yourself in a city for not many reasons unless you had broke away or gotten lost, or maybe
Yep.
you just had wanted to go resupply or
Mm-hmm.
been told that there's somewhere to drink.
Yes.
Right? A good barbarian always likes fucking plenty of ale or whatever there is.
Right.
So, with that regard, yeah, perhaps all of you are just all drinking, having a merry time, and Gundren is this dwarf that had proposed a job that you guys happen to be in the vicinity. He was talking with Sildar,
And since
and you
he's
guys heard it. Yeah, go
and
ahead. Sorry.
since he's a dwarf, I trust him even more.
Yeah, you walk right up to him. And, hi,
Mhm.
last like yourself. How you doing? No, at that point, I feel like so you guys.
And
Click a
me, I
little
would
bit.
have been in it for the coin because I'm a mercenary.
Yep, it's good coin, and at that point, when he's like promising to this dwarf nearby that it's worth good money, you
Yep.
hop in too. And we'll play it from there. So, I mean, now you guys are kind of coming through a bit of a moment of sobriety, right? You guys, you've been traveling for a while. For the rest of that, I will say that night you guys were given the job, right? Then you
Yeah.
guys got drunk, however
Mhm.
drunk actually. So no, let's make this correct. You guys would have probably retired that night
Oh yeah.
and then left that morning. So no, we are not probably traveling.
Blame the DM.
I would say that I'm not for sure because I don't know your characters.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were traveling inebriated, but for what I do know is you guys would have traveled first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Leaving out from Neverwinter, making most of the day worth the travel.
Yes.
And so that's obviously you've literally, as it says here, you spent almost the last few days on the high road.
Yes.
So now that we're done retconning, rewinding here. Back
Yeah.
up. So you guys are on this wagon. We all know now it's just kind of a pull together kind of scenario. You guys are doing it for the money. A new group of adventurers that are really fresh with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can really choose to role play it if you'd like right now, or we can continue. It's up to you.
I'm up for continuing.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Continue. Okay. So as you guys go ahead and navigate the wagon, few
Mhm.
words are spared as it's a bit of an not necessarily fully awkward circumstance, but everyone here is still kind of new to
Mhm.
each other's presence.
Yeah.
Silence is kind of had for the majority. Few
Mhm.
words said of kind of recognizing, various terrain. And on the third day,
Yes.
halfway through it, let's go ahead and share it. So, you've been on the Tribord Trail for about half a day, and as you guys come around a bend, you spot two dead horses sprawled out about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path.
Mm-hmm.
Each
Can I make
has-
an investigation check?
Yeah, 1 second. Oh, here, first I'll discern what you want to do. Just tell me what you want to get from it, and I will tell you the check. Because I have a good
Okay.
idea what you mean from it.
Okay.
Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of them, and the woods press close to the trail here on each side, just the fair. So there are steep embankments on the side here and dense thickets on either side.
Yes.
Let me provide a map. So we're gonna go ahead and say this is where the cart is.
Real quick.
Welcome to things getting weird.
Where do I find my character sheet? Because this map is just blocking me.
Your character sheet, if you don't have it up, it can be accessed in the far right where it says characters, or on the top left.
All right. Characters.
Top left. Do you see your own picture on the top left?
Nope. Oh, there it is, way over there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Double click that.
The sword coast thing was blocking me. I didn't see that. You're good.
No worries. My bad. It's all right. We're all figuring out here. That's why I wanted you guys to play beginner module. So
Yeah, and that's how things go with a good DM, at least in my experience.
No worries. Now we're gonna put you guys in the combat tracker.
Ooh.
Sarlin, Sarah, Thorn, because that way in general, because now I can put you guys on maps.
Ooh.
Like this. Boom, boom, and boom.
Which map are you using?
Now, Sarek has said that he is obviously operating the reins. Who is sitting with him in the passenger seat? And somebody could be sitting in the back or walking with the car. Obviously, that's going to make it slower. But the back of the car is jam-packed full of supplies. So if you are sitting in the back, you're going to be probably sitting on a crate or a barrel or something.
I'm
sitting
probably walking because of how heavy I am.
Okay.
I'm in the back.
Okay. So you're walking, and he's in the back.
Which map are you using?
And me, I'm just sprawled out on the driver's seat going, fuck y'all, I got the big bench to myself.
It's this map.
Okay.
And I'm going to go quick take a piss, and then let's get started.
All right.
Oh, good.
I like how he's got all the maps and everything set up so that it makes it a little bit easier to get into everything.
Yeah.
Really liking this program.
Yes. Remember when I was trying to work on mine with roll 20 or whatever it is?
Mm-hmm.
It was like so much more complicated.
Yeah. How are you getting along with it, Mike?
Going all right. It's nice. I like it.
Altair,
I just realized,
don't be yelling at me in that tone of voice.
All right, I am back. All right,
Okay.
sorry about that. So let's fix some things here. You're gonna go here. This pointer, this square, because you guys are only, as deemed by the chat bar there, you're only 50 feet away.
Mhm.
So he is there, you are there, and you're probably walking alongside the cart.
Yes.
So
Are you doing each square as 5 feet then?
Yes,
precisely.
I agree.
Okay.
And I just fucked that up. Good job. But yes, every square is 5 feet. Now, with that, there we go. Now that everything is correctly set up there, and we ain't screwing shit up. Yeah, so you guys see the dead horses ahead. You had said something about an investigation. Real
Nope.
quick. What exactly are you wanting to do here, Mara? You're on the back of the cart.
I want to.
What is she doing?
I want to investigate the tree line and see if I can see if anyone's still around.
Okay. So that would be a perception check because you're using
Correct.
your senses.
That is correct.
You're scanning. No worries. So what you'll do is with your character sheet, you see on the far right there where it says those little tabs, main, skills, abilities, right?
Oh, hold up.
Just
Yeah,
double click. Yep, you got it. Sorry. So go to skills.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll go to where it says perception.
Where's skills at on here?
Second tab.
The second you have your second tab on the far right of your character sheet. It should have like it's a binder folder. You know how it has those little tabs that you can go through?
I don't have that.
Here.
Ah,
Let me
what?
take a picture.
Oh, I see it. Never mind. It was they
Okay.
were little. I see it now.
Yeah, they're itty bitty.
You're straight.
So go to,
You're
so
straight.
go to skills. And
Okay,
so
yep.
Yep, so you see a list of all of that crap. So you should go down to perception, which has a gold star because
Okay.
you're proficient,
Yep. I see it.
and click that +2 on the far right.
Hit that plus
Because-
2.
Yep. Click and hold
Okay, I
it.
did.
And drag. I think you have to click and hold it and drag it into, or you might just click it. It worked. Ah.
Oh.
First
Oh.
roll of the night, guys.
Nat 1, baby.
So, as you go ahead and look to scan, sky is bright blue, partly cloudy. There's not a breeze in the air, and it's late summer. It's rather warm, a bit humid even. Bit of sweat gathering on your brows. You scan the tree line. You look and catch a gnat right in the eye.
Oh.
Right as you're looking across, you just feel that uncomfortable you just tuck your eye and you just look down. You're over here now, fiercely just trying to get this gnat out of your eye. You haven't seen anything yet.
And since I see basically what's going on with him, I would like to do my own.
Yeah, what do you do, Sarlin? What
I
does
would.
Sarlin do?
Ooh, I would also be looking around to see what could be in the tree line.
Okay. I'd like you to make a perception check. So same thing, character sheet. Skills like that, bam. Perfect. A 10. All right. So, scanning about, you hear a few birds chirping. Not a lot, just the occasional. It's a bit
Yep.
quiet where it is. You don't see anything or hear anything in the tree line. It's a bit quiet.
Ooh, it's a bit too quiet, I
Oh.
say.
Being the mercenary I am.
You could make an insight check. Insight being.
I was rolling my HP. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I was telling Amber here as Sarlin, if Sarlin feels that it seems too quiet, she could make an insight check to determine if insight is your gut feeling, right? It's like, does this really 17? It does kind of feel too quiet, Sarlin. You feel like it is kind of quiet.
Yes, it's a bit too quiet for my cup of tea.
What do you do?
Oh.
You got two horse corpses out in the middle of the road. Regardless, you're gonna have to move them if you want to continue.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, because there'd be no way that you could get an ox and a cart past them.
No.
So what do you do?
Is there a way around them?
Is there a way that we can make a strength check, kind of like move them?
Yeah, you could certainly go down there and try to move them. You
All right,
have
yeah,
to step up
that's fine.
cart and move.
That's fine. I'll get out of the I get out of the cart and I move towards the horses.
You and your gnat eye.
Let's do something real quick. I forgot.
Okay.
I'd probably go dark real quick for a second. Don't worry. I'm setting ambient lighting. I forgot to do that. All right.
That's cool.
There you are. Your characters should now only be able to see by the lighting, and various trees and stuff will block their fucking vision. Boom.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Correct.
Yes.
And being the mercenary I am, I would be able to see that it doesn't look like there'd be a clear passage through, so we would definitely have to move the horses. But being the driver, I would have to stay in the seat to make sure that I can keep it controlled and ready to go in case shit goes down.
Can I use a strength to move them?
Yeah,
I would.
You're gonna go ahead and hike down there.
Yes.
You and Mara.
Alright.
Yep.
All right. So
Just
you both
remember,
go
shit
ahead
goes south. I'm leaving you both behind.
Oh well, we just met anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, new characters. So, as you
And
guys
I'm
gotta
already
move forward,
clanless, so it's not like I'm not willing to abandon this one too.
/ Amber. With the map, you may move your character token to indicate where you move.
Oh.
God damn. So you're the one you're still drunk on this one.
Hey, what's up? Nat 20 on my strength check. What's good? What's
Okay.
good?
Damn. That was a damn good roll.
What's good?
And a 12. All right. So I will say with a 12 from the pretty bulky barbarian here, and Mara, you're good physique. Absolutely athletic, but I wouldn't say you're swole. You're more of as a individual who's good at traversing terrain and can go far distances, is pretty agile. You're kind of more of like the tone built straight through and through with a bit of muscular, but you're not just a little Hulk, if you will, compared
I'm
to
still gonna. I'm still. I'm still. I'm still gonna.
regardless of that.
I'm still gonna drag.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say regardless of that, you Sarlin watches as this pretty toned elf grabs a handful of the mane of the horse and heaves this horse. And before you can grab the other, like, mind you, he doesn't pull very far. He starts pulling she does, sorry. She pulls the corpse a good 5 feet by herself before you actually help push her, the corpse with her to bring it to the edge here. So you watch as the scenario where this not necessarily lithe, but rather thin, athletic build elf surprises you by just grabbing a handful of that horse's hair and just wrenches the corpse sideways before you kind of like, oh, I need the help, and you kind of go ahead and push that aside.
Yeah. And I would be I personally feel like I'd be moving the cart slowly closer to be ready to go.
Yeah.
As soon as it's clear.
How close do you bring it?
My personal feeling, I'd say
Where you want it.
probably about right there.
Okay.
That way I'm close enough to get to, like, once they have the horses clear, if anything goes down, they have a chance of getting with me right away, but I'm not too close that things become bad. So if I wouldn't be too close that if I need to start running, need to get the cart going right away, that I wouldn't be directly on top of them.
Yeah, I get you. You're just slowly creeping her up a little bit.
Yep.
I'm also going to put an ox on the...
Wait, I think I did the wrong strength.
Do you want me to roll? Oh, do you have to physically remove those deer for me? Dakota.
Yeah, sorry, I just came back. My shit was
Do you have to like remove the deer from the map?
What I was trying to get at is they will not be able to be removable. We're just gonna have to use a little theater of the mind.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You're gonna, for fair sake, I'm sure you guys probably would move it to one of the cliff edges here. Probably just pull it off the side of the road, right? As you guys push that one off the side of the road, right, Mara, you stand up and you feel that like kind of tenseness in your muscles as you've kind of just had the beginning of a good workout, right? You hear it and as yeah, 1 second.
An arrow makes its way towards us.
Damn right. let's go ahead and do a quick push a button encounter. Bam. Literally like that. And now let's see if it actually. All right, so miss, you bastard. All right, so Mara, as you kind of turn around and start heading towards the second corpse, you hear a and look down, and an arrow strikes maybe 5 feet within 5 feet of you into the soil.
Mhm.
Black feather tip at an angle pointing like it was shot from this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like I would see that it came from that direction from my vantage point. Would there be any stat that I could choose to try to discern where it came from? Would that be a perception check?
Yes.
Yes, it would be. I will say for the one person who is sitting back and is kind of just taking it as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is you. So I will say, Sarek, make a perception check. And then I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay, so I just click the one
How do
under
you roll
perception.
initiative on this?
Yep, you'll go to your character sheet, go to skills,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay, I'm on skills.
next to perception, that little +1.
Yeah.
Just click it, and then
First.
yeah.
What +1?
It's not yours isn't +1.
And it looks like I got 12 on the dice plus my one, that's 13.
Where's my initiative on here?
I see Sarlin so far. I'm waiting for yours to come through. And this is just him, by the way. So.
Oh, how am I rolling for initiative? I'm asking on this.
Okay. I'll show you. So, on your character sheet,
Yep.
you need to be on the main page, right? The
Yep.
top tab. Now, right
Yep.
where it says init in the middle of your page, it has your AC, your initiative, and your speed.
Oh, I see.
Where
So
it
you want me to just drag my initiative over?
Yep. You can drag it, or I think you can click it.
Gotcha.
And then for you, Michael,
Oh, nice.
did you get that?
Yep.
Did you get that situated with
I dropped it in, but I don't see it go across.
Just try clicking it this time.
Nope.
So yeah, you have to drag and drop it. You're supposed to click the +1 next to perception. I'll show
Yeah.
you the screen we're looking at.
Oh,
he's
right
doing
in the
that.
character sheet.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna drink real quick.
Do I drag it over on top of the map or just do it right in my character sheet?
No, right. You drag the dice right into the chat.
I gotta move that.
Yep, you'll click that +1
There we go.
next to your perception, and yeah, perfect. Wow, a soft 20. Fuck. Okay, good luck. So in that moment, before we roll initiative, Sarek, you look up, kind of trailing the angle of the arrow, and you kind of scan and look up above this little small cliff edge here, and you do indeed see a small figure kind of leaning out of the brush, long green ears, pointy, a mohawk, and a bit of smeared of on his eyes. With his bow in hand, he reaches back and knocks another arrow. You do see a small goblinoid.
Wait, I know what I can do here.
So now, everyone who hasn't rolled initiative, go ahead and roll initiative. So I'll show you how to do that, right? So obviously,
Same thing like perception, just drag it over to chat.
no, I think you should be able to just click it. Go to your main page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you click and drag. I'm getting used to Unity. Unity used to be just a click. Now it's a click and drag. God damn, you are on fire!
In the abilities, right?
Life of a mercenary.
You are, yeah. Go to your character sheet, bring it to the main tab,
Yep.
and then down by your AC where it says init, there should be a number underneath it. Click and drag that into your chat, into the chat. Muy bueno.
Oh, I'm in the wrong one.
Yeah. So just like that, but not quite.
Oh.
Go to main. You are on your or no, you're not. You're on your core. You're right. So do the initiative.
Oh.
Don't do your intelligence. Fuck. There we go.
Oh no.
So
All
the
right.
so the lunatic warlock gets a nat 20.
Sadek 4. After witnessing a goblin peer out of the brush, and obviously loose an arrow, what do? You're first in the initiative.
Let's see.
Remember, so right now you have your movement, which is probably 30.
If
And
he
then you
wants
have
to get off, yep.
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 So if you want to move, you have 30 feet of movement, and then you have your action. I don't think you have any bonus actions right now.
It's all depending of his spells and stuff. That's why I pretty much just said for all of you, just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what it is.
Let's see. Would Eldritch Blast reach from where I'm at in the cart?
How much speed is it?
Yep. So what you would do is go to on your tabs there of your character sheet, go down to the very bottom one.
Actions.
Yep. And you see there will be little red dragon heads next to each of your spells.
Yeah.
Click the one next to Eldritch Blast. And I'm only teaching you this so you can do this on your own from the future.
Yep.
When you click it up, it'll pull the spell's information.
Yeah, I get 120 feet.
Yep. And so each space is 5 feet.
Yep. Oh, you would be able to.
You are more than capable. For one, I gotta fix that. So to fix that question, yes, you are more than capable of being able to do that if you'd like to. And it also tells you the casting time. It is one action, so you get one of those every turn.
I would like to cast the Eldritch Blast. That way I'm getting I feel like a quick hit in because it's an instantaneous duration.
Yep, and you can blast it right then and there. There's no like casting time. You just shoot the damn thing.
Okay.
You can shoot it you can literally be sitting there and cast it. Now, do know you do have your what's it called? Your focus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your staff is your focus. But yeah, you can cast this ability or this spell at them. So what you would do is you see the range +5 on your character sheet. Right underneath Eldritch Blast. If you don't, click the magnifying glass on the far right of it.
Okay, I see it. Ranged +5.
Yeah. Now click that and drag it and drop it right on that goblin you want to fucking hit. Or you can put it in a die. But for future reference, you can actually drag that and drop it on your enemy tokens, and it will actually automatically account for their armor.
Okay. Is there a way to shrink down this? I gotta shrink down this map because it's a bit much.
Right-click it and go to, what is it, View? And then go to, where is it at? One of these is to make it small.
It says zoom to fit, zoom to fill.
Yeah, go to zoom to fit, and then it will be a window that you can actually like grab the corner and drag it and manipulate the size of it.
Okay.
Why are you moving me?
Because you deserve it. Just kidding. I didn't. Didn't mean to.
No, it didn't do or zoom. I did zoom to fit and it didn't do it.
No, zoom. No. Zoom to fill, not fit. Zoom to fit will take your whole screen. Zoom to fill should make it a like little window that
Okay.
you can actually manipulate its size.
Okay. I got that now.
You can also right click and minimize it, and it will turn into a little bubble that you can pull back up if you need to.
Okay.
Oh. There we go.
Just for a heads up there for you guys to let you know a little bit. So Eldritch Blast is going to be an action. With your roll of +7, is you go ahead and point your staff upward and loose this blast, which of course of your magic you can decree whatever aura or color your choice. This sickly, normally it's a sickly green aura, but I feel it's up to the magic caster. What aura do you feel fits you?
A sickly blue.
Okay. Like a royal blue or a cayenne?
Like a royal blue that kind of just looks nasty.
Okay. Almost like a bit of a darkness within it.
Yes.
You loose this blast upward. It flies out of your hand. It flies over the top of the ground just barely as he ducks his head and slams the tree, leaving a bit of a char, and it breaks the bark.
Where is the roll to hit?
A 7 will miss. He rolled in the chat where it says Eldritch Blast, a 7.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Now,
where's the damage?
He didn't hit.
Okay.
Oh.
He didn't make the AC.
Okay. How much? Okay, here's a question. How much brush is around him?
Quite a bit. He is halfway sticking out of a pretty tall bush, and right behind him is a series of trees. There's quite a bit of forest here on each side.
I like to sneak attack him because of how tiny, because I'm how tiny I am.
I will say this cliff here.
Mm-hmm.
He is above you, like 15 feet.
Is there a way to go around him to do it?
To circumvent that, you can see. Make a perception check.
Okay.
This will be a bonus action. 9. The cliff face is pretty sheer, and from your perspective, there's no easy way to get up.
Yeah.
So it's either throw things, or hit them from afar, or you're gonna have to go west or east a ways to see if you can find a way up.
Ooh, I have a javelin I can.
Yeah.
I would like to.
So go to your actions on your character sheet.
Action would that be on my main one?
Bottommost tab.
The bottommost tab, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here.
And it should show you just your equipment, right? It should say great axe, great club, all that. Yes. So right next to javelin, you see there's 2 javelins. One shows like a sword, which means melee.
I'll be right back. I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, you're good. So you see the one that's like the guy hiking a spear?
Yes.
You want to use? Yeah, you're gonna use that one, and then use the +5 right next to that one. You're gonna drag and drop that on the goblin token on the map.
Oh.
If you have the map open. If you don't have the map open, just drag it in the chat bar. Boom. See, it even tells you. So if you drop it on the token, you got a 24, so that hits.
Oh.
So, Sarlin, you pull the javelin from this small little quiver from behind you on your back, and you crank back and just whip it like a small spear that it is. You can do damage now. So right next to it, you see the 1d6 + 3?
Yeah.
Drag and drop that on the goblin.
Oh.
God damn. Fuck. Dead. All right, so Sarlin, how do you kill this goblin? As he's leaning out of the brush, kind of trying to knock an arrow quickly in his bow. He's pointing it down at you. As you grasp the javelin from behind you, you arc it over your shoulder and whip it. Where do you throw this javelin into him?
Oh, right in the head.
Right in the like bullseye, right in the forehead.
Yes.
All right, you loose it.
All
as
right, I'm back.
the goblin, as he perfectly knocks an arrow, he looks up just in time to. He like stiffens for a moment and falls forward as you watch his body just kind of to the bottom. Yeah, he is dead. One shot. You struck a javelin right in his forehead. He is dead. The goblin lays at your feet now, Sartlin. Javelin pretty deep in the old 5 head of this goblin.
Yep.
In that, we're gonna actually start with initiative.
Oh.
Guess what? This guy's gonna run up into notice.
Oh.
And this guy peers out. And this guy. As they come running in after their ally hits the ground, there's no sense of stealth now. They run to the edges. One of them shouts, "Get to the gay!" And then they are going to immediately attack.
Oh no.
They take their turn. One's gonna fire at the killer here and miss.
Yes.
The other one's gonna fire at the elf here. And one's gonna fire at the oxen.
Ooh.
So Mara is hit, and so is the oxen.
Fucking hell.
I'm too tiny for them to hit.
Actually, you are downed in one shot. You're not dead.
Wait,
Though.
what?
You are not dead.
Sitting there talking
So
shit.
Make establish of this. But you took enough damage as you're turning around. You're focused on this southern location as you watch another goblin emerge. When you feel a white hot pain in your back and a bit of pressure. You look down and there is an arrow sticking through your right middle torso. Just barely. You feel a little harder to breathe as you kind of fall forward and go unconscious. That is the end of their turn.
This is how you get a daytime enemy.
Hell no.
Sarlin, you watch as Mara hits the ground near you, and you look up and see 2 goblins standing on the opposite ridge here. This one is not as tall. Both of them looking down at you with arrows, with bows, ready to knock another arrow.
The card deal. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the madness and stupidity we're going through.
So you would not be able to attack. But you know what you can do is you need to roll.
I'm unconscious?
Yes. Yeah. When you were standing there, you got struck with an arrow and went unconscious. Mara did.
Oh.
Not Sarlin. Mara did.
Oh, you said Sarlin, so I was like, what?
Well,
Yeah.
my apologies. So that is totally the GM's fault. Mara, not the dwarf, the elf. Mara is unconscious.
Yeah.
Sarlin, what I probably meant to say was Sarlin, you watch as the elf goes unconscious.
Okay.
You want me to make my saving throw then?
Yes, please. Just make one saving throw. Now that we're on page.
Oh.
On the bottom of your main page, there should be a little dice icon next to where
I see it. You're good. I see it. You're good. Ooh.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You be dead.
All right, you still got 2 more rolls.
Uh-huh.
So, if that more, if you succeed. Sarlin, what do? You just watch 2 goblins emerge from the fray. There's 3 enemies, and you have 1 downed ally.
Ooh. Do I know where they are?
Yeah, they're standing right in the open now.
Okay.
They're
I
all
like-
trying to arm themselves with the next shot.
I like to charge at the one to my direct north with my
All right.
great axe.
All right. You draw your great axe. That ridge is pretty tall, but not as tall as the one to your south.
Okay.
Make an athletics check. Is you're gonna you're gonna have to kind of climb up this kind of steep slope here. 10 is exactly the minimum you needed. You got lucky. As you climb up it, there's a one point you lose your footing almost, but you dig deep. You kind of kick back your left foot as you almost start to fall back, and it catches. You drive upward and step over that last bit as you're now up on the green of this ridge here, this embankment. You're now staring this goblin face to face, messy black hair kind of tied back in a excuse of a ponytail, paint and a sneer across his face as he looks up at you with gold and orange eyes, tattered leather armor, and an arrow that has knocked in his bow that he's desperately now pointed in your face at point blank. Go ahead and with your actions, take that +5 on your great axe and roll it at him. Boom. That's
I didn't. Oh, I didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't do it on him, but that's okay. A 22 still hit. So just do the damage this time. So just drag and drop the D12 on him.
Oh.
There you go. Voila. So how do you end this goblin, Sarlin?
I thrash my axe.
All right, so you divide this goblin.
Turn him into
As there's a
chicken
moment
tikka.
As he literally points the arrow at you. Is all he gets out before. And yeah, he becomes 2 goblins. Parts anyway. With a bit of crimson that's a bit black than normal traditional gore. It gathers and covers the ground. You shake that off of your blade.
Yes.
Do you move anymore? I would say you have 15 feet of movement still.
Yes, I would move to
You encroach the other one?
Yes.
All right, as you turn around and start marching forth toward that one, he kind of raises one hand. Wait. Let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about.
Sarek, your turn.
Okay. I know the ox is injured. Now, would me getting off the cart cost me any action points, anything like that?
To get off of the cart is just gonna be your standard movement. If you were to mount the cart, it would be half your movement. So, what I'm getting at is if you'd like to just step right off with your token, it's gonna count exactly as it seems.
Okay.
Each turn you get as you see on your character sheet, your speed on your main page there is
30.
And so that's how many feet per turn you can move.
Okay.
Standard. So each space being 5 feet. Yeah. You get the gist.
Okay. So I'd like to step off the cart.
Okay. You can actually move your token too.
Okay.
And it'll it'll tell me 5 feet. So that's 5 of your 30.
Okay. It looks like looking roughly where Goblin 2 is, the one that's up on the steeper cliff face.
Yep.
And looking at it, lightning lure has a 15-foot radius.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is just the cusp of that, given the height and the distance.
Okay. So I would like to unleash some lightning lure on him.
Oh, poor bastard. All right. So now the way lightning lure works is now he needs to make a strength saving throw. I am not going to answer that, Seven. I'm busy. A strength saving throw to resist, obviously, your strength of you jerking him down the cliff face here.
Mm-hmm.
So, little goblin here, how do you do? His strength is 8. It's not so strong. All right, so yeah, he got a 4. As it just crackles outward, and as you watch this live bit of lightning unleash from your fingertips and wrap around his torso, there's that moment of horror that kind of comes across his face as he looks down and looks up, his eyes widen, and you just yank downward. There's a jolt with the force and almost like a shock of lightning with it too, as there's a bit of thunder as he's just yanked from the embankment. He now takes, you can roll that 1d8 lightning on him.
Okay.
Oof.
And he takes another d6 for falling 10 feet. A 5.
Damn.
Yeah, so
He having a bad day.
you pull him up and there's like a shock and pop as he and then he gets yanked off, and then as he plummets, his little arms flailing, and then yeah, he's not moving anymore. He hits the ground. There's a thud, and then he's just laying there limp.
Let's see. How much health would he have left over?
You don't know that much. You could gather he's either unconscious or dead. You could go up and check on him.
Okay. I was thinking for shits and giggles, if I have any points left, to bludgeon his ass with my quarterstaff just to make sure.
Okay. So, traditionally, casting a spell or a normal melee attack is 1 action,
Okay.
and you only get 1 per turn until you get a higher level. Then you start getting extra attacks.
Works for me.
So
I can
I
always
will
bash his
say-
brains in next turn.
Yeah. So what I can say is, if you want, you can either just choose to be like, I'm gonna bash his brains in either way, or you can. I would say a bonus action. You could go up and make a medicine check to determine if he's still alive.
Ooh.
For the rest of your turn. That would be the last thing you could probably fit in your turn. If not,
Might
you
as
could
well
just-
do a medicine check then.
Okay.
Let me minimize you. Alright. So... Shit.
6. You kind of reach down, feel for a pulse. You swear you feel a pulse. You're not the best at this. You're a veteran and a mercenary. You're not a doctor, but you've always seen people checking for this thing called a pulse, and you do feel this kind of like oof, oof, every time you're holding his wrist. So you think he's probably still alive.
Okay. I'm more of used to taking the life rather than sitting there playing with it.
Yeah, and that's another reason I'm not being very like, you don't know he's alive. You work in this field, so it is kind of vague for you, but yeah, you get the notion he's probably still alive.
Alright. Works for me as the end of my turn. I will say this, that lightning was definitely a heck of a step up from my miss with a fucking Eldritch Blast.
Oh, for sure.
I would like to
And
think that I set the woods partly on fire with that son of a bitch.
I had to basically cover for your ass for it.
But I
Alright,
would like to
so-
think that something like that would startle him for a half second, letting you do that.
Oh,
Alright. That guy's down. That guy is down. And there's only one goblin left. Alright, so his turn. Looking at the stout and swole female dwarf, he sneers and looks about, kind of scanning. He's gonna go ahead and just try to disengage. He's gonna use his action, so he's not attacking.
Mhm.
You can do what is called as a disengage,
Yes.
which is you literally take your turn to try to get away from combat.
Throw a Pokeball.
Flee! Yeah. So he is going to disengage. He's starting to panic. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he's going to start running into the tree line there and trying to flee. That is his turn.
Ooh.
Mara, make a death save. Not good. Hopefully someone comes to help you here soon. Sarlin,
Yes.
you watch as you go ahead and reposition your stance and go to swing at your great axe at this goblin again. He quickly ducks down and after scanning the surroundings with a bit of fear in his face, takes off into the brush. He is not sticking around.
How far do my javelins go?
You could probably throw easily up to 30 feet.
I would like to use one of my javelins.
All right, go ahead and throw a javelin at him. As you go ahead and kind of hold your great axe with your left hand off to the left side, you reach back and pull a javelin and whip that. 21. Jesus.
Are you sure you're not supposed to be in the Olympics?
I was in the wilds for so long. I had to do a lot of training.
Make a hit.
No.
4. He's still alive. As it strikes the back and more like his ass cheek. You hear he grabs and tries to like pull on it, and he just decides fuck it, and just keeps running. Now he's starting to do like an awkward like penguin run. He's got like a javelin out of his ass cheek. So as he awkwardly tries to make his escape here. Remove this one. Come on. Good old Oblivion music.
Nothing's ever been wrong with Oblivion.
Except for the weird dialogue, but we love it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
That's why the Empire's on the wall behind me.
All right. So, that is the end of your turn. Sarek, what do you do?
Yeah.
I would say since El Goblino is done for, I'd like to go and try to help Mara. I might suck at medicine, but I at least gotta try to help.
Yep. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Skills. Minimize you. I gotta get used to that.
Worries, you'll get more acquainted with it as you go.
Oh god, I suck. Sorry, Mary, you're gonna die.
Poor Mara. Okay.
Well, I'm a warlock.
So-
I'm supposed to be taking lives, not saving them.
Make one last roll.
My move?
It's actually not even your turn yet, so never mind.
Oh,
Save
yeah, I see that.
ultimatum for one more. One more. The goblin is going to try to run. And he's going to dash this turn, so he's actually going to run 60 feet. So he's going off the screen here. There we go. All right. Go ahead and make one more roll. God damn, life is not in your favor.
Ugh.
And death we go.
Well, she's still freshly dead, so what do? This is the world of magic. You can still try to put her along and get help. You don't know if there could be a cleric in the next city that could, if you move fast enough, provide aid.
I would take Mara with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave no comrade behind. Unless there's lots and lots of gold in for it.
So, to make that for brevity's sake, you guys gather Mara quickly into that of the wagon. Proceed forth with the retreating goblins. There's no fighting force or anything kind of keeping you from leaving anymore. You go ahead, make way, head on the road, and it is only. I'd say Phandalin is. Let's do the math here. From Kragmaw Hideout. Alright, so nightfall. Before nightfall is when you get there.
Hopefully Mara's still got a breath left in him.
Mara,
Yes.
as you see the last bit of light disappear from your vision, there's an uncomfortable but comfortable feeling as you separate from your body. And it only is in that degree because you feel yourself almost set free from this realm. And it reminds you of home, a distant realm. In that darkness, you kind of begin to kind of lose all tangible kind of sense. Slowly, you start to kind of just come into a full relaxation, forgetting your name for a while, forgetting your appearance. And before everything slips from you, there's a soft voice that permeates the darkness. Given up, have we? No, 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 no. Not giving up. You sense a sense of wonder as whatever this is talking directly into your mind. Or at least you think it's your mind. You don't know if you're still in your body. You feel like a now, mind you, your whole body has started to lose its kind of sense, presence. Looking down, if you were to like look for your hands in your body, they're no longer there. Yet you suddenly feel like a bit of a shock within. And then again, a bit of discomfort. And before you can make sense of it, you come to. coughing in Phandalin Town Square, which will bring to the other part of the group's perspective. In Phandalin, here we go. Good old reference manual. So, you guys in a desperate hurry make good travel, pushing the ox a bit, before you guys emerge on a rutted track from a wooded hillside. You guys begin to catch your first glimpse of Phandalin, a series of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations, more old ruins, crumbling stone, and walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing that this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. But most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs toward a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east side of the town. At the east side of town. So as you guys head into the main portion of town here, children kind of playing and townsfolk kind of, for the most part, it's getting late. So at this point, with the sun setting, it'd probably be kids playing and parents coming out and calling them in, finalizing their chores and what have you. You find yourself coming into what would be the main portion of the town here, and you do see one single decent-sized shrine. Looking upon it, there's one person that's kind of taking care of it. If you guys would like to approach, seems to be the only immediate, you guys can look if you'd like. It
Am I
seems to be the
stable
most
or
immediate religion. You are dead
okay?
for right
I'm just
now.
making sure.
For right now.
So remember, you don't wake up, I'm robbing your corpse.
Oh, we'll both rob it.
So, the only religious, even sort of vibe that you get from this town is from this temple. There's one person that's kind of donning some attire that seems clerical or priestess-like, but it's not very elaborate. She is sitting at the base of this shrine making a small prayer, not facing you guys. Do you guys approach the shrine, or do you look for somewhere else?
I would approach the shrine.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am a creator of chaos, so go to the shrine.
You'd be looking for the bar.
Luckily for her, it's not far away. It's actually across the square.
Hell yeah!
The shrine, sitting there before you, is well taken care of. There's 2 torch sconces that are illuminated on each side. And as you approach, looking it over, this kind of darker skinned individual kind of stands up wearing a nice white robe and a hood over, turns and smiles before kind of seeing the overall group kind of just changes from a smile to a concern. A raised brow as she says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, our friend here died to a goblin.
Yeah. There's a moment of horror kind of washing over her face. Not like really bad, but just death being recognized and her feeling sorry for it.
Oh no.
She does beckon for. She does say, "There's one thing I could do, but it's not a foolproof method. The least we could do is lay the body here and ask for Tamora to maybe intervene.
I would say go for it.
Yes, show us the way.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way, brother? As he's returned. All right, anyway. So, you guys bring the corpse over, lay it in front of the shrine, and she helps you kind of set a bit of a little ritual area here as she begins to kind of set up a few candles, additional candles,
Okay.
and she begins to perform a ceremony. She lays down the body there within a nice circle that she's kind of runic circle that she's drawn. And she sits beside the body, kind of laying her hands on this ruin, if you will, just slowly and quietly chanting to herself, eyes closed. And then sitting back, bringing her hands to herself and kind of resting them on her lap. Well, I've done what I could. Let's hope Tamora takes my prayer.
While she's doing this, I'm feeling sketched out.
And for me, I see nothing wrong with it.
Mara,
Okay.
I need her to roll 1d20.
1d20?
Yep, twice. Depending on what happens will determine your future. Okay, so that would be the 19, not the 4.
It was actually a 3 and a 4 that were rolled.
No, it rolled over to a 19 on mine.
Yeah, on mine too.
That's weird because it was a 4 and a 3 I rolled.
Yeah, because even in the chat bar it shows it. So
that's weird. It was a 3 and a 4.
If it was a 3 and a 4, you'd be done diddly fucked.
Yes.
Just take us saying it's 19.
Yes. You'd be dead.
Unless you want to be feeding the worms.
There's an odd feeling after that little encounter that we just previously discussed, Mara.
Huh?
You swear you feel like you see a warm smile. And you get the vibe that you get one more chance. And that this presence, whatever it is doing it on a whim of just seeing how you fare. So they decided to alter fate on a whim for the fact that they are curious on your intervention in what we call life. So this god is watching you eagerly. Nonetheless, you come back to drained. You feel like shit. Your body is stiff, achy. You have the worst headache, like the worst hangover. Not quite as sickly, but definitely the body aches more so, more like a cold, like a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you begin to kind of take in the view and look around, you see that you kind of sit up and see this gal here wearing this white robe kind of sitting next to you. She makes one kind of final prayer holding a necklace around her neck. Luck be with you. Obviously it is. Thank Tamora. As you sit up and see your companions standing around you here, Sarek and Sarlin, kind of watching on, a bit more concerned, if anything, probably. If that. And you are now alive again. Barely. As you feel the connection with your body is still a bit shallow, You feel rough, but you have been called back for whatever reason. You're not sure.
I'm gonna since I'm tired in my body, I'm gonna allow myself to take a long rest.
Right in the middle of the town square.
Wait, what?
We're in the middle of the town square, dude.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
shrine. Yeah, I was gonna say this shrine is only located right in the middle of town square. There's no actual official building for it.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, because you have an individual in the group who has a knack for looking for booze and had already indicated kind of glancing around for it.
Yep.
Pull this up here. Da, 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 da.
Whoa.
You guys would be here. And Sarlin, you see, not even like 20 feet off to the right,
Yep.
there is an inn.
Yeah.
You see right there a large, newly built roadhouse of fieldstone and rough-hewn timbers. Right there, a sign that says Stonehill Inn.
That's my kind of place over there.
All right. You head over after obviously caring to Mara here.
Yeah.
Sister Girl actually also joins you, as you find out is her name. She does a bit of small talk with you, asking where you guys are from. Now, mind you, the supplies that you had in the cart were destined for Barthen's provisions. It is late night though, so you guys didn't really get to deliver them while they were open. But you do know you have a cart full of supplies that is you are being paid for to deliver here.
And we have a wounded ox.
Yes. Luckily though, looking at the damage here, it is only barely wounded. So the arrow struck kind of in the back hip and hit the back leg just perfect to where it was shallow and hit the bone.
Yeah.
At the top. So it is a painful wound, but it is not life threatening, and it is just annoying for the oxen.
Okay.
So luckily, you guys were able to make it here without too much, a little bit of slowdown, but not too much hindrance.
Yeah.
And with that as well. So you guys bringing it to the hill, and you guys go ahead and set the wagon and ox nearby. There is no actual stables or anything official. There is next to the building kind of a bunch of beaten turf and grass where there is a bit of a setup where people can tie up their horses or park their carriages or whatever. And as you guys do, I presume, you guys head into the Stonehill Inn.
I would say yes, so that we can secure our lodging for the night and be ready for the morning.
Gotcha. Let's make sure before we proceed forth. Stationing your cart here and your oxen, you guys head around, and it has been a long day. Obviously, a bit stressful with having one of your teammates almost die before you, or pretty much die before you. You step into the Stonehill Inn and find there's a few patrons in house. Nonetheless, the proprietor kind of notices and kind of gives a small nod of, attention and kind of looks over. Anything you need, just let me know.
I would say 3 rooms.
All right,
Ooh.
3 rooms. Da, 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 da. So he's gonna have basic lodging. This is not in this very established place. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
lodging for basic, squalid. I'd say this is poor to modest. So I have one modest room, and I have 3 poor, I would say, rooms that they're taken care of. But I mean that is, and they're only 2 silver a day. My modest room is a bit finer bed, has a window, but that one will be 1 gold a day.
Ooh.
I only have one of those, mind you, so you would have to either share it or, well, you get the gist.
Hmm.
So you got your choice between a 2 silver room with like your just decent thrown together room, and then 1 modest room, which is like every single room probably has like a twin size bed made of like hay and stuff and all that. Like the most simplistic, and then the modest would probably be your actual twin bed.
I would take the 2 silver room being a mercenary. I'm used to sleeping in rough conditions.
Same.
Yeah, and you can get over it. Still indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Am I conscious enough to be able to talk?
I would say
Well,
so.
I
We keep hearing you no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could choose between the poor or modest, regardless.
Yeah.
2
Or
silver, 1 gold. If you want to set up
Or-
a cot, you could, but you don't have a cot. You have a bedroll,
Yeah.
so you'd
Fine.
have to just camp out outside.
Yep.
I'll go with the poor condition.
You go outside. Go outside.
That's fine.
I'll toss on 2 silver so that they can have a room to actually rest up and heal. So I don't have to come out and find a corpse sitting outside of the freaking bar when we wake up in the morning.
He dies again. All right. He slaps another 2 silver down, and Toblin. Very well. All right, here you go. Here, a key for you, and 1 for you. So the last 3 rooms upstairs.
I stumble to my room and then I lay down and I take a long rest.
All right. You guys go ahead and
And-
retire for the night.
Yep.
And I'm gonna call it there for the night.